Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all. Okay, now I present about the village chicken, which is including the management. And before that, I will tell you about our group member. Okay, the first member is me, which is Muhammad Shafiq Ahmed bin Zulkifli, 180278. The next one is Wan Nazmi bin Razali, 166684. Then Nafal Fahmi bin Rahim, 180161. Then Siti Nurul Asmat bin Muhammad, 175166. And lastly is Nurul Amrina bin Zulkifli, 173302. Okay, first of all, the introduction about the village chicken. Okay, the village chicken in Malaysia are the result of a cross of red jungle fowl chicken with Guinean overseas. Which is it was including some of the breed from the overseas that bring from the foreigner that come to our country. Okay, and the pure breed was imported from various countries as early as 1950s in an effort to encourage people to raise chicken as a cheap source of protein. Means the pure breed is the our government bring to our country another country breed to encourage the people to have their own rearing of chicken, so that they can self-sufficiency for their house, as they can obtain meat a cheap meat. Okay, then there was three type of village chicken, which is native village chicken, kampung cross, and coloured broiler. Okay, for the native village chicken, it was the local chicken. It was origin from our country itself. Then we raise it as the village chicken, then sell to our. And then kampung cross. Kampung cross is the cross between the native village chicken and another breed from outside. Means the chicken was self sustained with the environment and anything else. Then the lastly is about the coloured broiler, which the chicken actually was used as to the commercial sale, but it was bought by the people so that they carry on their house. Then it was estimated to become the village chicken. Then the lastly is about the characteristic of village chicken. Okay, first of all, the characteristic of village chicken is compressed local genetic stock, but rarely interbred with improved stock. Means before inside the chicken, it have the genetic of the village chicken. This the native village chicken, but it was quite rarely because you are already involved in many cross, so the genetic is less. Then next one is about the not usually confined and obtain most of their diet from scavenging food and water around the home, including household waste and village. For common village chicken, most of them scavenging the food or using the waste food from the house, because they doesn't choose their food, so it was usually scavenging for food and also get some supplement from food. Require the third one is about the require minimum investment in input, with most if not of the input generated around the house. Means when we rearing the village chicken, the cost for the feed is less because it doesn't need the supplement food too much, and it was require less less housing for the village chicken. And then the lastly about the characteristic of the village chicken is production is geared essentially toward home consumption and saving a living bank for small expense such as school fees and medicine. For now, the village chicken just rear at the back of the house, so that the family can sell the chicken and get small money for their expense of the house. Then now I will pass to my friend.
Okay, my name is Nafal Fahmi and I will proceed with the importance of chicken rearing. So we have 4 points here. Firstly, meat and meat and meat consumption, because our Malaysian citizen is very high demand in meat and meat consumption. And then the demand for chicken raising is increasing because the our citizen Malaysia is also increasing. And then it's very important to know the chicken raising, because we have to face the challenge in village chicken production system. And then we have to know the chicken raising because it's important for simple rule for chicken and breed selection. And then flock management. Flock management is very important to keep the flock healthy and productive. And then for general hygiene, laying, brooding, and hatching. And then we have to know the flock size. We have to control the flock size. And lastly is the rules for management of the flock.
My name is Siti Nurul Asmat binti Muhammad Yaakob. I will continue with the comparison between village chicken with commercial chicken. Village chicken is local breeds are adapted to harsh conditions and resist disease and poor husbandry conditions. Meanwhile, for commercial chicken, all birds of a flock are bought and sold at the same time, allowed through cleaning and disinfection before the introduction of new birds. And also proper cleaning and disinfection guarantees good condition for the new flock. And for village chicken, scavenging chickens are free to choose their feed that is provided is enough and escape difficult condition. Meanwhile, for commercial chicken, hygiene measures are quite easy to implement. For the village chicken, a flock consists of birds of various age groups. Since several diseases affect only certain age groups, the effect of this disease will not be as devastating as in flock where all birds are the same age. And for commercial chicken, veterinary interventions such as vaccination or application of commercial drugs are easier to conduct when birds are confined. Okay, I'm continuing with housing. Housing is essential to protect against predator, thief, rough weather, and to provide shelter for egg laying and broody hens. A suitable or comfortable poultry house is also important for efficient production and convenience of the poultry farmer. For housing, building the chicken house is important. For building the chicken house, always use cheap local material like bamboo, wood, reeds, thatch grass, or clay bricks. Remove the bark from the wood you use, as parasites often hide behind the bite. Chicken house should have windows. A hole in the top of the house may ensure good ventilation. This measure will also give light, making it easier to walk in the house. However, make sure winds will ventilate the house without making chicken or hens cold. The second is purchase. Purchase are important for chicken to rest during night. Disease and parasite may attack poultry resting on the floor, and purchase often reduce the risk of external parasite entering the feeder at night. Each 1 meter perch may roost 5 adult birds. Perch are best made of bamboo or round stick to accommodate for the size and structure of the bird feeds. If the sticks are too big or too small, the birds may fall. And for the nest, in many villages, nests are not provided for the hens, and eventually the hens will lay their eggs on the ground in high grass or in natural shelter, where they may be difficult to find. Some poultry farmers build nests on the ground outside the chicken house. This should be avoided as eggs outside house are more exposed to predator and thieves. Nests should be placed inside the chicken house and preferably above the ground. For laying, you may have a battery of nests where more hens can lay at a time. Okay, lastly, for 10 simple rules for good housing. Use basket for night shelter and day shelter for small chick to reduce cost and labor involved. Always use local material to reduce cost. In wooden house, use flat raised floor to remove dropping and avoid predator. In clay house, use wire netting for the windows to keep predator. Place the perch and nest inside the house and make them removable to facilitate cleaning. Make sure winds will ventilate the house without making chickens or hens cold. Consider heavy rains and hot sun when placing the house or shelter. Provide nests with clean straw, which are easy to access, clean and move. Always house young chick with their mother away from others. And lastly, make sure that houses are easy to access and clean.
Okay, next I will proceed about the feed and feeding of the village chicken. There are several types of feed and feeding, such as scavenging, supplementary feeding, energy-rich feed, protein-rich feed, mineral-rich feed, vitamin-rich feed, and mixed feed need to mix with proper ration. Basically, feeding is essential if you want to increase the production of meat and eggs from poultry. Even small flocks will eventually starve during certain periods of the year. If they are feed only, leftover and feed, they find by scavenging, lack of feed or water will reduce the bird resistance to disease and parasite, and subsequently increase flock mortality. The composition and availability of feeds will vary depending on the season, site location, and farming system. In general, poultry, as other animals, need feed containing energy and protein, as well as vitamin and mineral. The need for the feed will change depending on the age and status, such as the chicken itself, grower, egg layer, and broader hen of the bird. The cheapest and also often the best way to supplement the diet of the poultry is to use local resources. If your production is based on improved breed, for each production, different type of commercial diets may be given. Usually, they are divided into 3 distinct categories, which is first, a starter diet, high in protein from hatch up to 4 to 6 weeks of age. Second, a grower's diet, medium in protein up to 20 weeks. And third, a layer diet, lower in protein, hence from 20 weeks. Next, for the disease and health management of the village chicken, disease are everywhere and will attack birds at all age. But careful management will prevent many diseases. One sick hen is isolated in a small shelter away from the others. Birds are well fed and characteristically healthy. For the healthy and unhealthy birds, it is very important for the farmer to learn how to detect an unhealthy or sick bird, so he can initiate the right action. Healthy birds may be able to fight against the disease themselves, whereas unhealthy birds will have difficulties in fighting disease. It is important to isolate unhealthy or sick birds from the healthy flock in order to ensure a minimum of loss. For the medication and vaccination, some disease may be cured by drugs. Parasitic disease such as tick and fleas or worms can be cured by use of antiparasitic drugs or by applying pesticide or simple methods such as bath in oil. Bacterial disease causing respiratory disorder can be cured with antibiotic. For viral disease, there is no treatment, but the virus disease may often be prevented by vaccination. Then the 10 simple rule for disease prevention must be obeyed, which is the first is give access to the right feed and clean water, in particular for small chick. Second, build shelter against wind and rain. Then clean houses regularly and apply lime wash on the floor and the walls. If necessary, provide dry litter regularly. Do not put too many birds together. Different species of poultry, for example hens, turkey, pigeon, ducks and guinea fowls should be kept separate. Then separate chick from adult birds except from the mother hen. Vaccinate chicks against the most important disease and revaccinate if necessary. Isolate the treat sick birds. If medication is not available, then kill the sick birds. Then lastly is burn or bury dead birds. That's all from us. Thank you.